Okay, it's your turn to try 4 examples of these. I want you to press pause on the video and try number 11, 12, 13, and 14 on your own. Press pause. Don't forget to show all your work. Okay, so let's look at number 11 first. So I'm going to group the numbers with the same sign. So I have a positive 3 5/10 and a positive 2. So I'm going to add those first. 3 5/10 plus 2. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. So now I have 5 5/10. I have negative 1 5/10 plus 5 5/10. My signs are different. I have a positive and a negative, so I need to subtract. What's 5 5/10 minus 1 5/10? 4. And which number is greater, the positive or negative? The positive has the greater absolute value. So my answer is 4. Let's look at the next one. I'm going to group my 2 negative numbers and I'm going to add them together. I have a negative and a negative. My signs are the same, so I add. What is negative 2 and negative 2 1/4? I can add the whole numbers. That's negative 4. And there's only one fractional part, so I have negative 4 1/4. Okay, so now I have a 3 1/4 plus a negative 4 1/4. So if I look here, my signs are different, so I need to subtract. I'm going to come do my subtraction over here. 4 1/4 minus 3 1/4. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1/4 minus 1/4 is 0. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So my answer equals 1. And what's the sign of the greater absolute value? It would be a negative, so my answer would be negative 1. Let's look at number 13. I have these 2 negative numbers, so I'm going to add those first. Negative 2.75 plus negative 3 25/100. I'm going to add these 2 numbers together. That makes 10. That makes 10. Carry my 1. 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So I have negative 6. So I have negative 6 plus 5. Well, my signs are different, so what am I going to do? Subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. And the sign of the greater absolute value is negative, so the answer equals negative 1. All right, let's look at the last one, number 14. My 2 positive numbers I'm going to add first. What's 15 plus 8? It's 23. Plus negative 3. Well, my signs are different, so I'm going to subtract. And I end up with 20. And I look at my 2 numbers. Which one has the greater absolute value? 23 does, and it's positive, so my answer is 20. All right, let's move on to finding the additive inverse. So when you find the additive inverse,